2 million people. Gone. Not dead. Not emigrated. Just removed from the records. As if they were never there. But they were there. And someone went to extraordinary lengths to make sure you'd never know about them. It was February 2019. I was in the National Archives Annex, in College Park, Maryland, doing research on 19th century immigration patterns. Tedious work. I'd requested census microfilm for Pennsylvania, 1890, expecting the usual. Families, occupations, ages. The reading room was quiet. That particular silence of places where people handle old things carefully. Fluorescent lights humming. The smell of old paper and machine oil from the microfilm readers. I threaded the film onto the reader, wound it forward, found Allegheny County, Pittsburgh District, started scanning the columns, and then I stopped. Under the remarks column, which is usually blank or contains notes like cannot read or border, I saw something else. Height, 7 feet 8 in. I stared at it, rubbed my eyes. The notation was clear, handwritten in the same ink as the rest of the page, the same hand. Not a later addition, part of the original enumeration. One entry like that, you'd call it an anomaly. Someone with gigantism perhaps. Rare, but not impossible. But the next page had 3 more. 7 feet 4 in, 7:11 in, 8 feet 2 in. I kept going. The next street, more notations. 7 feet 5 in, 7 feet 6 in, 7 feet 9 in. Not in every entry. Maybe 1 in 15, 1 in 20. But consistent enough to be impossible to ignore. I went back to the beginning of the enumeration district, counted carefully. In a population of approximately 8,400 people in that single district, there were 412 height notations. All of them between 7 feet 2 inches and 8 feet 5. That's roughly 5% of the population. I sat back from the microfilm reader, thought about what that would mean. In a city district of 8,400 people, over 400 individuals measuring between 7 and 8.5 feet tall. The medical term for gigantism suggests it occurs in roughly 3-4 people per million. Pittsburgh in 1890 had a population of around 240,000. By those numbers, there should have been maybe 1 person with gigantism in the entire city, not 412 in a single enumeration district. I photographed every page. Then I requested the 1890 census for Philadelphia. Different state? No, different district in Pennsylvania. I needed to see if this was localized or widespread. Philadelphia's records showed the same pattern. Height notations scattered through the pages. 7 feet 7 in, 7:10 in, 8 feet 1. In the Northern Liberties District alone, 387 notations across a population of 9,200. I requested New York, Boston, Baltimore. The pattern held. In every major city in the northeastern United States, the 1890 census contained these height notations, thousands of them. Always in the same range. Always in roughly the same proportion, between 4 and 6% of the enumerated population. Then I requested the 1900 census. The height column was gone. Let me show you what I found in Chicago's records before they vanished. The 1889 Chicago City Directory, not the federal census, but the local directory compiled by private firms, contains something extraordinary. Under height notations for special census supplement, there's a section I nearly missed. 37 pages of names, addresses, and measurements. The directory is available at the Chicago History Museum. I visited in March 2019. The reading room overlooks Lincoln Park. Outside, it was snowing lightly. Inside, the air was dry and still. I requested the 1889 directory. The librarian brought it to me on a cart, already wearing gloves. Heavy one, she said. It was, bound in green buckram, spine reinforced with leather. When I opened it, the pages crackled slightly. That particular sound of paper that's been sitting undisturbed for over a century. I found the supplement section, and I started reading. Abrahamson, Nils, 247 W Division. St. Carpenter, height, 7 feet 6 in. Alexandrov, Dmitri, 89 South Halsted Street laborer, height, 7 feet 9 in. Berglund, Anders, 156 N. Clark St. Stonemason, height, 7 feet 8 in. Page after page, 37 pages, each page containing approximately 45 entries. That's over 1,600 individuals. And these weren't medical cases. These were working people, carpenters, stonemasons, laborers, factory workers. The occupations listed were ordinary, the heights were not. I photographed every page. Then I asked the librarian if the 1900 directory had a similar supplement. She checked the catalog, brought me the 1900 volume. No supplement, no height section, nothing. Was there ever a notation about why it was removed? I asked. She checked the acquisition records, shook her head. No reason given. We have the 1889 with the supplement. Then we had 1891, 1892, 1894. No supplement in any of them. The 1890 directory is missing entirely from our collection. Lost during the 1938 reorganization, apparently. I made a note, Chicago directory 1890 missing. Then I started looking for the people. I took the first 10 names from the supplement, looked them up in the 1889 federal census,